Hi everyone, welcome to Brimitech. Today in this video, I will show you how to automate workflows on Trello project management software. I hope you watched my last video where I showed how to delete workspaces and boards on Trello. In this tutorial, I'm going to work with Matchbook board under Research and Development Workspace. So let's get started. This is the John Peterson's profile. John is the admin of Research and Development Workspace. Now, click on Matchbook board under Research and Development Workspace. This is the interface of Matchbook board. Before I continue, I want to demonstrate our project concept first. Here you can see there are 5 lists on this board: planning, to do, doing, done, review. The planning list will analyze which card will go to ToDo List. John and Daniel usually work on the planning list. Fred takes the responsibility of ToDo List. Tasks of cards are sent from ToDo List to doing list. The cards on the doing list are performed as planned. Oliver and Robert take the responsibility to complete tasks. Completed tasks will be sent to the done list. The done cards are sent to the review list after a certain time. Okay, get back to the initial scenario. To work with the automation, click on this automation button. This particular menu shows up. There are 3 options: rules, buttons, and email reports. Click rules in this position. Trello tells you how the rules works with example. Okay, let us try. Go to the upper right corner. Here, this button. You can transfer your administrative power. The next button shows your command libraries. Now click on Create Rule. On this page, you need to create some actions according to trigger. A trigger is like a rule or an event. When the rule applies or the event takes place, something else also happens. That something is called action. Okay, let's create a rule. First, hit the Add Trigger button. Now you need to select a trigger. Before triggering something, let me tell you what I want to do first. Let's go to the Matchbook board. If I move Chapter 7 card from planning or any other list to to-do list, yellow label will show and only Fred will be added except other members, which is not happening right now. Moreover, a recommended checklist will be generated automatically in this card. Now, get back to our previous automation window. Here, card move is selected by default. I choose this section to set a rule for triggering when a card is moved into list name by name. I put the cursor on added to and select here moved into. Then click list name and select to do. Finally, I select by anyone instead of by me here. Click the plus sign button. Okay, now a trigger is created. It says if anyone move a card from any list into to-do list, the certain action will occur. Suppose if I drag this card and drop to-do list, this card to to-do list, some actions will occur instantly. Now let's set some actions for this trigger. Here, move is selected by default. In this action part, I put the cursor on the top of the list. Here I select the bottom of the list, hit plus button. See, an action has been set. Now click Save. Congratulations! An action has been set. If you want to add more actions, click on Edit options here. The last action is shown here. Before setting more actions, I'd like to show you the result of current action. So, let's go to the board. Here, I drag and drop this card to ToDo List at the top. See, the card automatically returns to the bottom of the list. OK, now send the card to the previous list and set back to our action center. Here, I want to add another action. Click Add Remove. Now I want to add YOLO label to the card. To do that, this section will help me. I put the cursor on green and select yellow here. But no need to change Add option because it is selected by default. Hit plus button. Here you can see another action has been listed. Now I want to click on Checklist. To add a checklist, I click here and write the checklist title Recommendation. After that, click this plus button. See, the checklist has been created. Now I want to add an item on the recommendation checklist. For this, I use this section. Here, I keep this add option and name an item Question Papers of Previous Years. Then write here Recommendation, which is our newly added checklist. Now click on this plus button. Here you can see Recommendation checklist has an item named Question Papers of Previous Years. In the same way, I add 3 more checklist items. Here you can see all the actions I have done so far. Now I want to add a specific member for ToDo List. For doing this, click on Members. With the help of this section, you can add or remove members. To add a member, Add option should remain unchanged. Now click the cursor on here. You see all the board members. I select Frederick and click plus button. See, Frederick has been added to Maths book board. If you want other members not to be added here, remove the rest of the members in advance like this. Now you can see other members have been removed from ToDo List. So now only Fred belongs to Maths book board. Okay, let's move on. Content. Here you can rename your card name, set card's description, post comment, send email, and paste URL. In this section, I want to work with email notification. Here, you can send email to every member on this card by clicking this, or send email to everybody member on Maths book board by selecting this. However, I only send an email to Fred. Just click on To. Now type email addresses of Fred. Type subject on here and then type messages. After that, click on this plus button. See, email notification has been sent. To see the result of all that we have done so far, we have to click on this save button. Congratulations, all the actions have been saved. Everything I have done so far is written here. Now, if you want to remove any rules, click here. The previous settings are shown again. You can delete your rule or any particular action by clicking on this button. See, an action has been removed. With this arrow sign, you can take any action upwards. Since I don't want to change any actions, so I click cancel. This option may allow you to copy the link. If you want to remove the entire rules, you may click here. To see command log, click here. Now you can see modification of commands with date and time. If you think to set these rules to another board, click here. Here I select Physics book board and hit Add to Board button. This review automation settings page shows up. Now click Add Automation button. Congratulations! These rules are successfully added to Physics book board. Now let's check on Physics book board. See, the same rules are added to the Physics book board. Now get back to the previous settings. Click back to rules. Okay, now if you want to create another rule, click here and add trigger. However, I have no intention to do that again right now, so I close this setting and let's check the results of our automation. First, remember what rules we have set. Whenever a card moves to the to-do list, it goes on the bottom. There will be a YOLO label, a checklist titled recommendation. Recommendation checklist has 4 items. Question papers of previous years, suggestions, exercise, sample questions and solutions. Only Fred will be the member of this card. Fred will get an email to notify his task. Okay, let's drag and drop chapter 7 from planning list to to-do list and see what happens. Here you can see it goes on the bottom of to-do list. A YOLO label appears. Only Fred becomes the member automatically of this card. Now click on this card to see checklist. You can see recommendation checklist has been added with those 4 items. Now let's have a look for email notification. This is the inbox of Fred. Basically, the email has been sent to John's end with the subject New Chapter. So I click here. Now you can see the message what I have written during automation. Now get back to the John's end and close the cards window. Now I want to work with button automation. I want to make such a button that will transfer the card to the doing list. To do that, hit automation, click buttons. Here, card button is selected automatically. Now click create button. On this setting page, I select an icon for the button. From here, name the button, go to doing and tick the close card when action is performed. Finally, hit Add Action. The action settings appear. By default, Move is selected. In this section, I keep the Move option but change the position of the card top to bottom. Lastly, I select Doing List and click this plus button. See, an action has been set. Now I want to define project due date. To do that, go to Dates. In this section, due is selected by default. Now click on here. You can see several options. I choose this option. I change here this month to next month. Click this plus button. Finally, click the plus button. See, the due date has been created. Now let's go to the members option. Here I will add Oliver and Robert and remove everyone else. The process is same. Take a look. Here it is. Oliver and Robert are added and rest of all are removed from the card. Now let's move on the content option. This time I set the card's description and post a comment. After writing, click on plus buttons separately. See, the card's description and post comments are placed here. Okay, I have done for now. To see the result of card button automation, click the Save button. Congratulations! All the settings have been saved successfully and a Go to Doing List button has been created. Let's go to the matchbook board. At first, recap what I have done so far. Every card has a button named Go to Doing List. If you click on this button, the card will be transferred to the doing list automatically and placed at the bottom of this list. Initially, the card will have only two members on the doing list, Oliver and Robert. Due date will be shown for that card. Card description and comment will be seen. So, click on Chapter 3 card. Here you can see Go to Doing List button at the right sidebar. Just click on it. See the magic. Chapter 3 Functions card has been transferred to the Doing List from the To-Do list. Now, click on this card. Here you can see Oliver and Robert are the card members. There is a due date. You can also see the description and comment of board admin. After verifying, click this close sign. Now, I want to work with the automation of board button. This automation will be such that when the button is clicked, the green label card in the doing list will be moved to the done list, where the green label indicates that the given task is completed and waits to transfer to the done list by the admin of the board. To do that, click Automation. Further click on Buttons. You can find Board button at the left sidebar. Click here. At the upper right corner, hit the Create button. Here you can change your button icon. After that, give the button a name. Finally, click on Add Action button. Now, action options appear. Click on Move Cards. I would like to work with this section. Here, I keep the Move option. After that, click here. By default, Basic is selected. This selection says that from which list I choose to move the card. Keeping in option, I select the doing list. Now click on this plus button. See, the action has come. Again, go to there. Now I choose with green label and click plus button. This action has also come. Now put the cursor on the list and select the top of the list. After that, click on the text box and select the done list. Finally, click this plus button. See, the action has been set. Finally, click on Save button at the upper right corner. Congratulations! A math book board button named Doing to Done has been created successfully. Here you can see the actions I have set. Now, if you click here, tick mark will show up. It indicates that this button will enable on boards of research and development workspace. If you turn on this toggle option, anyone in this research and development workspace will see the button. I keep here only the first one. Now it's time to verify the action of this button. Let's close the butler. At first, let's recap what we should expect from this Doing to Done button. There will be a button named Doing to Done on the Maths book board under Research and Development workspace. If I click on the button, all the green labeled cards will be transferred to the Done list from the Doing list. The position of the card will be at the top of the list. See, there is a Doing to Done button beside Automation. Doing list has one green labeled card, Chapter 1. Now click on the button and here we go. Chapter 1 card has been moved to the Done list successfully and positioned at the top of the list. That's all for today. I hope you guys now have some idea as to how to automate workflow on Trello after watching this video. So, thank you for watching. Have a good day.